Jai Shriman Jai Shriman Jai Shriman I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Devon, South Africa. I welcome those that watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. Our topic continues. We are on chapter 1 of the Bhagavad-Gītā, and I'm going to read and explain from verse 22. Verse 22. Okay, I think it's 20. Better to start at 20 for clarity and context. Then Arjuna, who had Hanumān as his banner crest, on beholding the sons of Dhritarashtra in array, took up his bow while missiles were beginning to fly. 21. And he spoke, O Lord of the earth, these words to Sri Krishna. Arjuna said, Draw my chariot, O Krishna, between the two armies. 22. So that I may have a good look at those who are standing eager to fight and know with whom I have to fight in this enterprise of war. I wish to see those gathered here ready to fight in this battle in order to please evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya said, verses 24 and 25, thus addressed by Arjuna, Sri Krishna drew up the best of the chariots between the two armies before the view of Bhishma and Drona and all other kings of Dhritarashtra, and said, O Arjuna, behold these assembled Kauravas. Then, verse 26, then as Arjuna looked on, he saw standing there fathers and grandfathers, teachers, uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, and comrades. You can see where the word comrade comes from. It does not belong to the ANC, Jessica. It's coming from 5,000 years ago. Verse 27, fathers-in-law and dear friends in both armies. When Arjuna saw all these kinsmen in array, verse 28, he was filled with deep compassion and said these words in despair. O Arjuna, when I look upon these, my kinsmen present here, eager for battle, verse 9, my limbs are weakened, my mouth gets parched, my body trembles, and my hairs stand erect. Verse 30, the bow, Gandiva, slipped from my hand, and my skin is burning. I can stand no longer. My mind seems to reel. 31. I see Krishna inauspicious omens. I foresee no good in killing my kinsmen in the fight. 32. I desire no victory, no empire, no pleasures. What have we to do with empire, O Krishna, or enjoyment, or even life? Verse 33. Those for whose sake we do desire empire, enjoyment and pleasures, stand here in war, renouncing life and wealth. 34. Teachers, fathers, sons, and also grandfathers, uncles, father-in-laws, and grandsons, brother-in-law, and other kinsmen. 35. These I would not slay, though they might slay me, even for the sovereignty of the three worlds, how much less for this earth, O Krishna? If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, what joy will be ours, O Krishna? Sin alone will accrue to us if we kill these murderous felons. 37. Therefore it is not befitting that we slay our kin, the sons of Dhritarashtra, for if we kill our kinsmen, O Krishna, how indeed can we be happy? 38. Though these people whose minds are overpowered by greed see no evil in the destruction of a clan and no sin in treachery to friends. 39. Why should we not learn to shun this crime, we who see evil of ruining a clan, O Krishna? 40. Would the ruin of a clan perish its ancient traditions, and when traditions perish, lawlessness overtakes the whole clan. When lawlessness prevails, O Krishna, the women of the clan become corrupt. When women become corrupt, there arises intermixture of classes. 42. This mixing of classes leads to hell, the clan itself and its destroyers, for the spirits of the ancestors fall degraded, deprived of the ritual offering of food and water. 43. By the sins of the clan destroyers who bring about intermixture of classes, the ancient traditions of the clan and class are destroyed. 44. For those whose clans are destroyed, dwelling in hell is ordained. O Krishna, thus we have heard. Thus have we heard. 45. Alas, we have resolved to commit a great sin in that we are ready to slay our kith and kin out of desire for sovereignty and enjoyment. 46. If the well-armed sons of Dhritarashtra should slay me in battle, unresisting and unarmed, that will be better for me. Sanjaya said, having spoken thus on the field, Arjuna threw aside his bow and arrows and sat on the seat of the chariot, his heart overwhelmed with grief. Is Arjuna right? Is Arjuna right? Just now, when the food is here, I'll see those mouths working. Now they are frozen. They only work for food in the ashram. Is Arjuna right?
No.
Why is he not right? Is Arjuna a humanitarian? For these questions, for these reasons he gave Lord Sri Krishna, is this what humanity thinks at all times? Is Arjuna representing humanity? Is he representing humanity today in Kali Yuga? Is the whole world all human beings, are they not in Arjuna's dilemma today? Both individually, as a family, as a community, as a nation, and as a global nation. Is everyone not battling what Arjuna said now? Every single human being on this earth, from Donald Trump. Well, on which side is Donald Trump? Chapter 1 deals with Arjuna's despair and Duryodhan's despair. Duryodhan represents the demonic side, Arjuna represents the righteous side, but he is misinformed at this point in time. He is misinformed at this point in time. This entire universe is constituted of opposing forces. This entire universe is constituted of opposing forces, which is a cosmic law. Opposing forces, which is a cosmic law. What are the opposing forces you experience? Right now, at this point in time, what's the date today? 25th December, January, 25th January 2026 at 11:20 in Durban, South Africa. Currently, all the members seated in this ashram, if they look out of the window, they will see the opposing forces of the universe. If they look out of the window, they will see the opposing forces of the universe at work. But I don't think anyone has the intelligence to catch what the Guru has said. All my people are in Tamogun, deep Tamogun. Let's see who can tell me the opposing forces of the universe that we are experiencing right now. Look outside. Are they opposing Jessica? This side. That side you will see walls. Look here. That's why I said Tamogun. Look this side. The universe is showing you opposing forces. Sunlight is fighting with rain. Is the sun not fighting with rain? Is the sun not trying to penetrate the dark rain clouds? And is the rain cloud not trying to hide the sunlight? Are they not opposing forces? Are sunlight and rain cloud not opposing forces? This universe is constituted with opposing forces. Are you experiencing it? Then, inside every human being, every cell is constituted with opposing forces. And ladies, you all can verify when you open your wardrobe today. Green, blue. Even the color of the lipstick. You took 5 colors, each lipstick opposed the other lipstick until you Himalayan. Okay. Shravan. Alright. So these opposing forces live in our mind all the time, don't they? Every choice you want to make is opposed by another choice. Yes or no? Is it not? If every occurrence in every second of your life, if you want to see whether you go left, you go right. You go up, you go down. You want tea, you want coffee. If you want tea, Vasan, what's your favorite tea now? He gave me a red cup of tea. Hibiscus, a red hot cup of tea. Again, opposing forces. When you drink tea, it must be drinkable. Hot, cold, opposing forces in the universe. Everything in the universe is opposing. Yes or no? It's opposing externally, it's opposing internally. In politics, you have a ruling party, then you have an opposition. Yes or no? In your family, when you want to do your family traditions, is Arjuna concerned about traditions? Yeah? Is he concerned about family traditions being broken? And when you want to do your traditions in your family, you want to cut one goat or you want to cut two goats? You want to do Katha and Jhanda? You want to do Sat Narayan Katha and Jhanda? Or you want to do Ram Katha? Yes? Opposing? Those of you that eat meat, Nirali, you want to eat fish today or you want to eat chicken or prawn? Some of you crab. Every thought of yours has a corresponding opposing thought. Yes? Which one of you just do everything on the first thought that you have? Which one of you get up in the morning and just follow your mind with just one thought without having an opposing thought and then having a deliberation? Have you ever got up in the morning, had a bath, did your prayers, went to work, came back from work and slept without having any opposing thought? Trisha? When Trisha walks to the ashram, she comes on time. She comes on promptly at 10:30 she's here. But when she drives to the ashram, then she's about 22 or 42. Okay? Because she says 5 minutes more, getting up. Opposing thoughts, Trisha. Get up now, 5 minutes more. Get up now, 5 minutes more. Okay? Brush my teeth first or bath first? Opposing thoughts. So this entire universe is created with opposing thoughts. If there is opposing thoughts, will there ever be peace and bliss? So opposition starts in the family, goes to the community, goes to your nation, and goes global. Yes? And internally, you have what Arjuna is going through now. He is attached. He is attached to his family, he is attached to his teachers, and he is attached to humanity. He is attached. When the universe is created, It is created by three modes of nature, and the sum total of all your karmic activities of your previous life when dissolution took place. So when God creates the universe, He creates it with the sum total of every living entity's karma and proportions it to the modes of material nature. The Bhagavad-Gītā speaks of the mode of material nature, 37 verses. Of 700 verses, the Bhagavad-Gītā speaks of the modes of material nature in 37 verses. I think that I counted that about 10 years ago. I hope it's right. I'm going to count it again. I'm subject to correction. Because it is so important. What is the mode of nature? What do we mean by mode of nature? Mode of nature is the impulsion of the mind. Our mind is always impelled. Something impels our mind all the time. And that something is created by the Supreme Lord through material nature, called the three gunas. In Sanskrit, gunas to English mean modes of nature. So the first mode of nature is Satagun. It is a mode of goodness and purity. The next mode of nature is Rajas. It is a mode of passion and activity. Passion and activity. And the third mode of nature is called Tamogun, which is darkness. Which is darkness and inertia, sloth, laziness, sleepiness. Have you got families and friends who like to be lazy? 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they still sleeping. Ryan, why are you looking at Anna? They only have a bath 2 in the afternoon. They are in total tamagun. Total tamagun. Then those that are action-packed, like Shravan, he is in Rajagun. If you see his driving, he is in a hurry, even in his own driveway. He is active, he is in action-packed, full of energy. He just wants to move. That is Rajagun. That's a gun Arjuna is now. That gun is also, well, you're not in one guna all the time. You're not in one guna all the time. But by a person's behavior, you can see in which guna that person is. So these are the three modes of nature: Satagun, Rajagun and Tamogun. These three modes of nature impels you proportionately as per your karmic activities. Your karma tells you what proportion of these three modes of nature. These are three forces within you, and these three forces are also in the universe. These three forces, the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and the mode of darkness is inside you, and these three forces are also in the universe. Within you, they are constantly competing. Within you, they are constantly competing. So Tamogun wants to impel you, Rajagun wants to impel you. Very few people got Satagun that wants to impel you. So the fight is always between activity and inertness. Activity and inertness. So those that are in Tamogun, sloth, sleep, no knowledge, and won't accept knowledge. People in Tamogun won't want to accept knowledge. They always know. They know everything. There's nothing that a tamogun doesn't know, but they know it in reverse. What is wrong for tamogun is right, and what is right for people in tamogun is wrong. Right is busy shaking his head like now, a huge penny drop in the Guru's discourse. I don't know about what, but I'm not being subjective or objective. I'm just saying he is truly pleased that he now understands something in his life. I don't know what. Alright? But he understands. So these three forces, two are always trying to overcome you. The third force, Sattvagun, is the Bhagavad Gītā. Third force, Sattvagun, is the Bhagavad Gītā. It's the balancing force. The Bhagavad Gītā is the balancing force. Sattvagun is the balancing force. It balances your inertia and your action. When you find this balance inside you, you become a prosperous human being eligible for liberation. When you find this balance between tamogun and satgun, and rajagun, which culminates in satgun, and when you ready for liberation, you even dissolve satgun and go straight into liberation. So the equilibrium is in the three gunas is satgun, both externally and internally. Right now you can see this around the world. At this point in time, is the world in conflict? Russia, Ukraine, India, Pakistan, anywhere else? America, Venezuela, and Greenland. So what's happening? Trump, he is Rajogun, he is greedy. Is he not greedy? Does Trump not have a greed problem? Does he not have an anger problem? Yeah, so anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, envy, all of these are part and parcel of tamogun with rajogun. There's a mixture. When he is angry, he is in tamogun. When he is greedy, he is in tamogun. And when he wants to action his greed, when he wants to action his greed, then they take over a country and hijack a country's president. That is tamogun in rajogun action. Are you understanding? So nobody is in one guna all the time. Most of them is influenced by the two modes of nature, tamogun and rajogun. When you put into action the demonic traits of tamogun, it becomes rajogun. You understand? Why am I giving you this description? At this point in time, is the world in equilibrium or is it in chaos? Have you ever in your lifetime, Jana, you 180, have you ever in your lifetime found the universe or the world in equilibrium? Okay, Dana is the oldest person here. Cyril is 140. Cyril, you in your lifetime? No. There was always conflict and chaos in some part of the world. We are only 30 years out of conflict and chaos, but although we have attained our gross democracy, subtle apartheid is still carrying on. Yes or no? The same people who divided us. We no longer divided, we're living next to each other. And that's the only benefit, that we can go to the same toilet together. Only benefit in South Africa, colored, Indian, blacks and whites can use the same toilet. That's the only benefit in the past 30 years. But the land and the business is still in the domain of white supremacy. Is that chaos? Is our economy hijacked? Are white monopoly capital representing Duryodhan? Did Duryodhan not take land that does not belong to them? White monopoly capital, have they taken land that does not belong to them? Is the Mahābhārata taking place right now as I speak? Yes. This is why I stated last week that the Mahābhārata is embedded in every atom in the universe, and the Mahābhārata is embedded in every cell of every human being. Am I proving this true? Is it true? Okay. Now you have a background. Do you understand Arjuna's despair? Why he's feeling like this? Do you understand what you understand? Do you understand why the Bhagavad-Gītā starts in the middle, before the commencement of a war? Do you understand why the Bhagavad-Gītā starts at the commencement of a war? The Bhagavad-Gītā is not spoken in an ashram. Lord Krishna never go in a temple and preach the Bhagavad-Gītā, because the Bhagavad-Gītā is not for temples, it's for humanity. It is for humanity. If he preached it in a temple, then every human who only go to a temple was supposed to follow it. Yes? Then it would have been sectarian. It would have been for one sector of humanity only. But Lord Krishna preached it in a battlefield. And symbolically, where's the battlefield? In your mind. The Bhagavad-Gītā is part of your mind. It is every mind, whether you Muslim, Christian, Jew, black, white, blue, green. This Bhagavad-Gītā is in every mind. It's computed in every human mind. It is the equalizer of the chaos that is happening in your mind. No religion can remove this chaos in your mind, because no religion discusses this chaos that is in your mind. Religion is feel good. Religion is feel good. Spirituality is eternally be good. No feeling. No feeling. You understand? Feeling belongs to the mind. Eternally feeling good belongs to the soul. The mind can change, the soul can never change. You know, the mind can be your best friend. Today, if all of you listen to me, all my devotees listen to me and use the mind to the Guru's instruction, the mind is your bra. The mind is your best bra. Okay, for those who don't understand, no, it's not a female underwear. In South Africa, bra means closer than the closest friend. Yes? And for those of you who don't listen to the Guru, your mind is your greatest enemy. Same mind can be your best friend and your worst enemy. And the whole Mahābhārata is in your mind. 101 demons on one side, 5 righteousness on one side. Can you see the pull of Tamogun and Rajogun. Because who is Arjuna? As I said, Arjuna is an incarnation of Lord Narayan himself. But when he allowed his mind to go into Tamogun and Rajogun, then this is what was uttered by him. Okay? So let's go verse by verse and let me explain. I think it will have more context if I go back and maybe 2 or 3 verses will qualify to make one explanation. So if you look at the Bhagavad Gita from the various institutions around the world, you'll find that most of the commentators have skipped chapter 1. Most of the commentators have skipped chapter 1. Okay? And we are spending a long time in chapter 1 because chapter 1 sets the foundation for the rest of the Bhagavad Gita. Every chapter is equally important. If you remove one verse from the Bhagavad Gita, the entire Bhagavad Gita collapses. If you remove one verse from the Bhagavad Gita, the entire Bhagavad Gita collapses. Okay, this is why I've been very, very strict when I started this discourse, and I've been calling out gurus that although they sold millions of copies of the Bhagavad Gita, I've been calling out the Bhagavad Gita as false, because the Bhagavad Gita and falsity cannot synthesize. Bhagavad Gita and falsity cannot synthesize. And there is no guru has the capacity to say that the Bhagavad Gita as it is brought by him. The Bhagavad Gita as it is uttered by Lord Sri Krishna. If a guru states that the Bhagavad Gita as it is his, then he is claiming proprietorship over the entire Bhagavad Gita. Yes or no? I cannot say that my explanation of the Bhagavad Gita, the explanation is mine. The Bhagavad Gita is always Lord Sri Krishna's spoken word. The explanation is mine. The Bhagavad Gita as it is belongs to Lord Sri Krishna, not to any institution in the world. No institution can own the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is the sole property of Lord Srimad. We need to clarify this because I read, since we started the Bhagavad Gita exposition in November, now the entire world, I see all the institutions, they're using our format and they're discussing the Bhagavad Gita in detail. They're giving explanations in detail, and through this detail I'm seeing a lot of falsity. And I explained to Ryan, whilst I saw and I acknowledged and I was happy he had a haircut. Alright, and in that explanation I told him that 1,000 years ago, Lord Ramanuj, for 20 years walked throughout India and debated false philosophies and false teachings with the rule, and this is a rule I want to put out today, to any institution that disagree with me, this is the rule. I'm following my Adi Guru. This is what he did 1,000 years ago. He took his scriptures and he walked throughout India. And when he met followers of impersonators, he produced his scripture, and prior to the debate there was an understanding. Prior to the debate there was an understanding that whoever wins the debate, then the followers will follow the winner's sampradaya. Okay? So wherever, and you can only win through scripture. Win through scripture. And Lord Sri Ramanuj converted 90% of India in 20 years through scriptural, winning scriptural contest. So I'm also saying that if anybody feels offended by what I am saying, contact us. Let's have a debate. We'll have a scriptural debate. And the scriptures to debate is the Bhagavad Gita, the Brahma Sutras, and the Upanishads. Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutras, and the Upanishads. You come with your set, I'll come with my set. If I win, then you join the Sri Sampradaya. If I lose, you have two big centers, one in Chatsworth and one in Pune. I think Vasan or the Chatsworth people, we work for them, although he's a devotee here, he's working that side. Vasan. Yeah, I'll wash their toilets in Chatsworth and Phoenix for the rest of my life for free. If I lose. Okay? So I'm giving you a guarantee here, and I'm saying we'll do it this way. Now we're living in a modern world, they can take this source, we can go to attorneys, they have attorneys, we have attorneys, we can draw up a legal agreement, alright? Then we take our scriptures. So I am saying, Lord Srimad Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gītā, it is Lord Srimad Narayan in his 8th incarnation, which is Lord Sri Krishna that is speaking. Lord Srimad Narayan only exists as Lord Sri Krishna for the purpose of Mahābhārata. Then that incarnation dissolves into Lord Srimad Narayan again. And Lord Sri Krishna is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is an incarnation. And I can prove it with all the scriptures. I can prove it with Lord Sri Krishna himself. I can start there. I can prove it with Lord Sri Krishna himself. He shows Arjuna his original form. The word original means what? What does the word original say? So Lord Sri Krishna shows in the Bhagavad Gita, and then in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, when Lord Sri Krishna is born, who is he born as? He is born as Lord Narayan with 4 hands, and his mother tells him, please, I want to see you in a 2-hand human form. So Lord Sri Krishna in his, Lord Narayan in his 2-handed human form is Lord Krishna. Lord Srimad Narayan, in his two-handed human form is Lord Krishna. All the Devis and Devatas that saw Lord, the Supreme Lord, only saw Lord Narayan. Nobody saw Lord Krishna. All the Devis and Devatas, whoever had an interaction with the Supreme Lord, only saw Lord Narayan. Alright? So, it is my job to clear this mistake. This is a huge mistake around the world, and we have to clarify it. We have to clarify it. Which Bhagavad Gita is a Bhagavad Gita that must be read in schools, that must be read in universities, that must be read at workplaces, that must be read by all religious leaders. Okay? And at this point, it is appropriate for me to say that we have opposing forces in the Bhagavad Gita. It? Can you see it? Can you see it? Opposing forces in the Bhagavad Gita itself. And this is why I am explaining the Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 in its totality. Okay? When I come to that verse, I'm going to explain. But we want to be at this point in our explanation. So, I started at 20. Then Arjuna, who had Hanumān as his banner crest, on beholding the sons of Dhritarashtra in array, took up his bow while missiles were beginning to fly. So let's connect. We said Sanātana Dharma is eternal. We said Sanātana Dharma is eternal. Eternal means no change in any aspect. If we bring Lord Hanumān and place him on the flag of the chariot, we are connecting the Rāmāyaṇa to the Mahābhārata. Scientifically and historically, we are connecting the two incarnations of Lord Srimad Narayan. We are connecting his incarnation as Lord Ram in the Rāmāyaṇa, and of which Hanumān Baba was his loyal disciple. And when Lord Ram now becomes Krishna, where's Lord Hanumān? He is on that flag. Do you know what happens to the chariot later? After the war stops and Lord Krishna jumps off the chariot, what happens to the chariot? It crumbles. It crumbles. Who was holding the chariot in place throughout the battle? Yeah, I'm giving you a secret because you will never go. From those seated here, I don't think you'll read one page of the Mahābhārata. So I'd rather tell you the significance of Lord Hanumān seated on the flag. All types of ammunition. Remember the advanced warheads and ammunition and missiles in the Mahābhārata. Don't look at it as only bows and arrows. Those missiles we have not found yet. 5,000 years ago, those missiles that were used by mantras, frequencies, those missiles have not been manufactured yet. And lo and behold, we hope nobody finds those mantras. Because God was here at the battle of Kurukshetra, And the battle of Kurukshetra was designed by him. Battle of Kurukshetra was designed by the Supreme Lord, that the universe was not obliterated, because it was a controlled war. Battle at Kurukshetra was controlled by the Supreme Lord himself. The universe was not obliterated. But those missiles, if the Lord is not involved, no Trump, no Trump, and no world. Alright? So we've seen the connection, we've seen the significance of spirituality. Everything is eternal. Lord Hanumān is eternal himself. Where is Hanumān, Lord Hanumān at the moment? Hindus in South Africa, both Punjabis and Saris and Goths, does not know where Hanumān, Lord Hanumān is now. He is a source of power for the righteous. He is a reservoir of power for the righteous, and he is at the edge of the universe. When righteous people need power, that is, don't think of your bamboo chandas and think you need power to climb, not that power. When righteous people need power, when you are righteous and you need that Superman status, when you are about to dodge a bullet, when they put my own gun in my mouth, my gun, which was ready to shoot, it was never on safety. I did the counterinsurgency course, Dana, and there they taught us, never have your gun in safety. We were military men, action, reaction. So they taught us that your gun, the minute you pull it out of your holster, simultaneously you must be pulling the trigger. One action, Nirali, gun out of pouch, finger on trigger, and mark on your forehead. Alright? My firearm was in that position when 4 of them caught me. They took my gun and they pushed it in my mouth and they tried to pull that trigger. And I was in my Hanumān Chalisa fast. Every year, 40 days I used to fast. On the 41st day, I was like an elephant, back to my alcohol and meat. But that power that stopped the trigger, there's a reservoir for that power. There is a reservoir for that power, and you can get that Superman power. Remember, the first Superman in the universe is Lord Hanumān. After that, Superman and Spider-Man and all these other men came out. But Hanumān Baba is the original Superman of this universe. He did carry the mountain. He did carry the mountain. We have scientific proof of everything in the Rāmāyaṇa to be absolute truth. We also have scientific proof of everything in the Mahābhārata to be absolute truth. Okay? So this is where we are. I was just explaining the significance of Lord Hanumān as a flag grossly, and my explanation spiritually. See? So wherever Lord Ram goes, you have to find Hanumān, and Lord Ram is now Krishna and Hanumān is on the flag. And this institution that says Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's another evidence you could use to counter that. Okay? Then I want okay, sorry, the fan blew my pages. 20:21, and he spoke, O Lord of the world, these words to Sri Krishna. Arjuna said, draw up my chariot, O Krishna, between the two armies. Draw up my chariot, O Krishna, between the two armies. That sentence, what does that sentence tell you, Tanya? Draw up my chariot, O Krishna, between the two armies. Can't hear? Yeah, but let's look at the sentence. Draw up my chariot, O Krishna, between the two armies. Don't you think that's arrogant? Don't you think that's arrogant? He's telling God, draw up my chariot between and place it between the two armies. He's treating God as his Uber. Yes, is he not? Because in Rajogun, that's what you do. And where is Arjuna now? What is impelling his mind? Action. Action, yes? And he tells God, treats God like an Uber driver. He says, park in between these two armies, my boy. I wasn't?
Lucky is not prince.
Huh?
Lucky is not prince.
Lucky is not prince. "22, so that I may have a good look at those who are standing eager to fight and know with whom I have to fight in this enterprise of war." You think he's right? He wants to see who is fighting against him. Is he right? Is he right? It's not a trick question. Simple yes or no. Is he right that he must see who he is fighting? What message are you getting from this? Just this. Remember, Arjuna is not wrong in all his utterances. Some utterances he is right. What message are you getting from this? So that I may have a good look at those who are standing eager to fight and know with whom I have to fight in this enterprise of war. So whenever you are conflicted, who he asks to be put into that position? Although rudely, but who did he ask to be put in the position so that he can see his opponent? So what is your duty? Who you must ask? Whenever you are in conflict, whenever there is people or a person that is troubling you, what you must do? You must ask the Lord to expose these people. You must ask the Lord, please expose my opponents. Let me see who they are. Once you know who your opponents are, what is your duty? Can't share? No. You must keep away from them. You must. That is why you need to see them. When you keep away from them permanently, if you know these are your opponents. It can be your father, your grandfather, your grandson, your teacher, your guru, it doesn't matter who. If they are your opponents, then you keep away from them permanently. That keeping away from them permanently is what Lord Sri Krishna said, you must kill. This killing is only in the battlefield, to give you a story perspective. But it is true. Everyone on the battlefield, it was supervised. That is why Lord Krishna did nothing, because it was a supervised killing of the 101 demons that you have in you. But those demons that come from your family, if your mother is a demon, if your father is a demon, if your brother is a demon, if your sister is a demon, if any family member is a demon, and you say, I go to church, I go to mosque, I go to ashram, I go to temple, and you still associate with those demons, then you are not a righteous person. You are not a righteous person if you continue to associate with unrighteous people, whether they be your family or whether they are not your family. If you know a member of your family is a demon, and you go in there and you having a bride, and you eating demonic food, because that's demonic energy, then how can you say you are righteous? How can you say you are righteous? And this is going out for all the impersonator gurus. Look at your guru. Look at your guru. See your guru. Don't follow him because he's talking the Vedas. Follow him because he's living the Vedas. Talking the Vedas and living the Vedas are two different things. The Vedas must be the essence of your guru. And the Vedas are only Bhagavad-Gītā, Brahma Sutra, Upanishad. If your guru is born from this aspect of the Vedas, if your guru is born from concocted product of the Vedas, then look at him. I'm saying look at him and come to me. Look at him and come to me. I'll liberate you. I'm saying that as a guru. I'm saying get up and look. Ask Lord Krishna. Ask Lord Krishna to look at your guru. Place you in a place where you can see your guru. Then trace your guru backwards and see where a branch appeared. Where the branch appeared, falsity appeared at the branch. Because in Sanātana Dharma there is no branches. In Sanātana Dharma there are no branches. Just one long trunk. Just one long trunk. If your guru is not born in the trunk of Sanātana Dharma, ask Lord Krishna to place the chariot so you can see your guru and make sure he's not born in a branch. Are you understand? understanding why Krishna has to see. You must see. Don't believe through gossip. Don't believe through gossip. That this person said that and that person said that, and that is why I'm going to leave that person. Ask the Lord. The Supreme Lord will show you like how He is showing Arjuna. Do you understand? This is the chaos. This is the chaos that you live in. Who don't have a problem with the... Who seated here today don't have a problem with their own family member? Put your hand. Put your hand up. Who seated here today don't have a problem with your own family member from the two grandparents? Nana and Nani, Tata and Tati. Coming down from them. Who don't have a problem? How many people are you jealous of from that tree? And how many people from that tree is jealous of you? We're not going far. We're not going far. How many people want you crushed for your successes? In your own family, same maternal and paternal grandparents. We're not going far. Do you understand? So ask the Lord to place you in a position, Ashmika, so you can see them with or without your glasses. With or without your glasses. Okay? Lord Krishna will show you. How Sanjaya is showing Dhritarashtra, who is blind. Do you understand? See where chapter 1 is? I'm already gone 1 hour in this course. Only 2 verses. Can you see why I say it is the foundational chapter? Because from this chapter, when you acknowledge all of this, now when I say the Bhagavad-Gītā is embedded in you, do you believe me? Is the Bhagavad-Gītā embedded in every human being? Despite race, despite creed, despite tradition, despite religion. Bhagavad-Gītā is embedded in every human being. This is the salvation. The Bhagavad-Gītā, I said, is the manual, scientific manual for humanity. And this, if you follow these 700 verses, then you will come out of the chaos of the world. See where the chaos starts? In your family. It starts in your family with siblings. With siblings. Then it goes to cousins. Then it goes, in South Africa there's a word called 45th. But more problems are more closer than the 45th. By the time you reach the 45th, problems are simmered down. Alright? Then you have problems at work. When you get promoted, somebody else don't get promoted. And you say the person did it. Then you ask Lord Krishna, Mirali, if somebody got promoted before you, you tell Lord Krishna, place my chariot in the middle of that person and watch what happens. Watch what happened there. Alright? Are there any questions on verse 22? I'm going to let's go to 26. Then as Arjuna looked on, he saw standing there fathers, grandfathers, teachers, uncles, brothers, sons and grandsons and comrades. Jessica. Fathers, sons-in-law and dear friends in both armies. When Arjuna saw all these kinsmen in array, he was filled with compassion and said these words in despair. O Krishna, when I look on these, my kins present here, eager for battle, my limbs are weakened, my mouth gets parched, my body trembles, and my hairs stand erect. The bow, Gandiva, slips from my hand, and my skin is burning. I can stand no longer, my mind seems to reel. So his bow falls from his hand. What does that signify? How many of your bows fall from your hand? Ram? I put the bow back in your hand. How many of your bow fell to the hand? How many of you won't fight the unrighteousness of your own family, your own mother, your own sister, your own father, your grandfather, your father's sisters, your aunties, your uncles? How many of you won't fight them? If you know they are unrighteous, what you must do? Their unrighteousness, they are prepared to kill you. That is why you are in the conflict. Yes or no? Had they not been unrighteous, would you be in a conflict? This is what Arjuna's problem is. He's saying, although they are unrighteous, he doesn't want to kill them. He rather let them be unrighteous and he died by them without killing. And what the Lord is saying? We haven't gone to that part yet, but we are in a conflict zone every millisecond. This Bhagavad-Gītā this conflict is every millisecond in our life. Is it there? So whether it's your biological family, your biological family is only there by the Lord's arrangement. Ashmika, your mother is your mother and your father is your father by the Supreme Lord's arrangement. And it stops there. It stops there. Your karma plus that two karma combine the three of you by the Supreme Lord's arrangement. But how attached are you to mom and dad? I will go bring Mahābhārata to shooter from my back. Asmika? Alright, but what the Lord is saying, they only here for this lifetime. They only here for this lifetime. This lifetime is 50, 60 years, 70, 80 years. That's how long we are all here. Then this karma that we are writing will be getting another mother and another father in the next lifetime. So what's the reason for the attachment in this lifetime? Respect your mother as a mother, respect your father as a father, but have no attachment. Still eat, mother and father will still be with you. Tanya, have no attachment. Not attached, okay. Because what attachment does? What does attachment do? You're living a false life. You're living a false life. Because you attach, you can't see the value. Do you understand? Through attachment. Because Arjuna here, because he's attached to all his family members, he can allow evil to take place. What attachment does, Murali? It allows evil to supersede your thinking. No discernment. But if you are not attached, and if you listen to how the Guru is explaining, chapter 2 explains this properly. Maybe I'll spend 10 years on chapter 2. Murali will be 60 with white hair, white streaks. Okay? So attachment is emotional. Attachment is emotional. Discernment is factual. So take your mom and dad factually, not emotionally. Then if you take them factually, and if you are not happy with either of them, what will you do? Vice versa. Vice versa. The parents and the child, if you have a factual relationship, then you'll be living righteously, because if dad said something that is not right, you never take it and put it inside and make Avid's life miserable. If you have a factual relationship, you pick up the phone and say, Dad, I don't like this aspect of you. I don't like how you treated me on this occasion and how you treated my sister on that occasion. You are biased. I don't like how you treat this grandchild or that grandchild. You have to be factual. You don't keep it in your heart. I'm just saying this. I'm not saying you're doing anything. I'm just using because three of you all are here. So when you are factual, you will be truthful. Because you lying to them if they are telling you things you are not happy with, and you're smiling, Ma, Dad, Lord Ram. It's a lie. And they are lying to you if you are not saying something that's not compatible. Are you understanding? All of you all in a family, you should be telling each other the absolute truth. If you don't like something, have a factual relationship, not an emotional relationship. Because if you have an emotional relationship, you say, hey, I don't want to hurt my dad. I don't want to hurt my mom. Abhi, that goes for you too. If you want to tell dad something that he's bowling, if he says he goes bowling 4 times a week, and you believe he only goes bowling 2 times a week, the other 2 times he's bowling somewhere or doing something else, then you have to tell dad. You have to confront him and tell him, Dad, I like to see your satellite positioning of the car, whether it goes to the bowling field or not. Don't even smile, be happy with that, but in your mind, hey, is that really going bowling? Aware? So you need to have a factual relationship. Cyril, you too, on your side, you have to go home and confess and say, you know what, after this course, I got a huge confession. I only bowl once a week. Can you see the difference between emotional and factual? Can you see the Bhagavad Gita start to live in you right in chapter 1? Can you see how important every verse of the Bhagavad Gita is? And can you see the structure of the Bhagavad Gita? It starts in your chaos, in your chaotic life. The Bhagavad Gita is not for those who are already in Satguru. Bhagavad Gita is not for you. Please don't come to my ashram. Please don't come to the Guru. Bhagavad Gita is for those that's living in chaos. Head gaskets? Head gaskets? Blown. Okay, let me just run to 2 more verses. I see Krishna inauspicious omens. I foresee no good in killing my kinsmen in this fight. Verse 31. I see Krishna inauspicious omens. I foresee no good in killing my kinsmen in this fight. What does he mean? Why is he seen inauspicious omens? When you are attached, what will you see? Asmika, what are you seeing? He's telling the Lord he's seen inauspicious omens. If he was factual, if he was not attached to his teachers, to his cousins, to his family, what would he be seeing? He would have been seen the real enemy, and by annihilating the real enemy, the whole kingdom can prosper. Is he seen that? Right? He's not seen it. Do you understand? So I think we'll stop there. We're stopping at chapter 1 verse 31. 31. Alright, so when you're doing your adverb, so next week it will be from verse 32 explanation. So let's sum it up quickly. Let's round it up quickly. So Duryodhan represents Tamogun, Arjuna represents Rajogun. Lord Sri Krishna, by speaking the Bhagavad Gita, he wants to find a balance between Tamogun and Rajogun, and that balance that is between Tamogun and Rajogun, which are opposing forces, the balance between the opposing forces is the supreme law. Balance between the opposing forces is the supreme law, but he brings up this balance by impelling Satagun, which teaches you to go beyond inertness, beyond action, and into righteousness. Into righteousness. Okay? So it's still going to be a very long explanation before we finish chapter 1. But are you understanding? Could you have read this and understood this Bhagavad Gita without this explanation that I'm giving you? Go on Google, write the explanations of the Bhagavad Gita and see if there is any explanation on Google that corresponds to the explanation that I am currently giving you. And it is your grace, to be in my presence, both those that are on social media that's getting this knowledge and those that are physically here with me at the ashram. It is your grace to be getting this direct, pure, absolute knowledge. You're not there by mistake. You're not on social media watching this discourse by mistake. Neither are you here by mistake. Or whoever, when they're reading this discourse, they'll read it, they are also not there. It is through the Lord's grace. Jai Shrimad Narayana.